Whoa, 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 whoa! What is up, black people? What's up, everybody? I hope everything's amazing for you all as always. I am your host, the Honorable OCT, OctaviusHaye, and this is the WACCast podcast. So without further ado, let's talk whack to him. Chrissean Rock has given birth to a beautiful baby boy. I named the baby after herself, which is not very common. But yeah, Chrisean Malone, that is the child's name, named right after the mother, and she's calling the baby a junior. I don't know if he's technically a junior or not, but I do know that one person that's not been involved with this at all is the father, Blueface. Now, Blueface and Chrisean, they broke up, and it seems like it may be for real this time, because Chrisean is out here doing her thing, not tripping off of Blue, and Blue is going on live in a hoodie talking about conspiracy theories. So I don't know what's up with that, but Blue pretty much saying, you know, Chrisean chose to have this baby at this time, and she plotted all this, and it wasn't random. You know, she doing all this to manipulate and yada yada woo da woo da woo. And I can hold you, man. Nobody really care. And I fuck with Blueface to some degree. I mean, he's a womanizing dog, but he's got a certain charm to him, and it's just funny to see him do all this stuff. And if these women gonna go along with this fool after a lot of the stuff he say and the way he act, then I really don't have no sympathy for the women. That includes Chrisean, because I don't think that she's just an innocent bystander in all this anyway. Only person I do have sympathy for is that child, because just coming out the womb, and they already getting caught up in some mess with these two people. Now, I'm hoping this is just the last little bit of whatever it is after a nasty breakup, and they go their separate ways. And I'm even hoping that Blueface gets more involved in the child's life, because it is good to have both of your parents around you, and that baby's gonna grow up and want to know why daddy's not around. So I'm hoping Chrisean not being funny with letting him spend time, and I'm hoping Blueface is wanting to spend time with the child, even if he didn't want the baby initially. It's here, and it is what it is. The name, hey, he wasn't trying to be involved. I get where Chrisean come from. She did what she wanted to do. Named the baby after her. Let's just move forward from that. Start it now. Y'all need to stop this. It's got ridiculous. Both of these people are terrible people. I'm not on the side of either one of them. I'm against both of them, because I've seen their actions, their terrible actions, and how they deal with people, how they present themselves. Not a fan. But again, it's not about them. It's about this child, and it's about creating the best environment for this child. And both of them need to grow up. Chrisean Rock, whatever she goes on with her career coming forward, good for her. You know, she needs to learn lessons and do better. Blueface, whatever goes forward with his career, any success and all that, good for him. He needs to grow up and learn from these lessons. Stop playing these little childish games for people online. Because regardless of whether they love you online or hate you online, they're not living your life. Chrisean Rock and Blueface, you are the only people living your lives. And you gotta make it the best life for you, not for people that want to comment and post stuff on social media. Now, it's okay. I understand you are public figures. I understand that you make money off of creating drama to a certain degree, but it's all about how you control it. You know, reality TV ain't real, it's fake. It's stage drama. You ain't gotta really go buck wild crazy in your own life. And you definitely don't need to be doing all this stuff when it involves your child. So I'm just hoping that Blueface and Chrisean, they get it together. Stop all this online bickering back and forth. Blueface, where about you? Get your rap career back up. Get you some more fights. Do what you gotta do. Chrisean, I guess, be on some more reality shows, or maybe if you want to make music, whatever. Just stop. It's played out, and all these females who are like applauding Chrisean Rock like she's some hero, she's not. She's a trash, dusty female who's beating on people and all that stuff. That behavior is not good. She can turn it around to be something better, but as of right now, she's not, like, just because Blueface was bad doesn't mean she was good. She was just as bad as him, just as abusive, just as everything as he was. So miss me with that nonsense. But like I said, one more time, for them all, get it together, because y'all got that child together, and y'all both need to be involved in that child's life. But what y'all think, man? Y'all think there is a right and a wrong in the situation? Y'all think that a child needs both their parents? Let me know. Tyrese went on the Breakfast Club, and they had a conversation, and it was a lot about Tyrese confronting Charlamagne and Envy for some of the things he felt that they were saying or how they treated him. And pretty much not feeling like he getting that brotherly love back from them that he was giving to them. Now in this exchange, Envy talked about how, Tyrese really showed up for Envy when Envy and his wife were, in threat of getting a divorce after Envy was caught cheating. And Tyrese, he spoke to both of them, mediated between them, got them together, and really played a big part in helping Envy and his wife, reconcile and stay in their marriage. And Tyrese felt like, well, when he himself was now getting a divorce, he didn't hear nothing from Envy at all. No word from Envy, no love, support, reaching out just to see how he doing, trying to help him work things out, nothing. And Envy then revealed that, well, the reason why he wasn't there for Tyrese and the reason why he had pulled back a lot from Tyrese, and the same for Charlamagne, is because Tyrese was started to be wilding out and talking crazy. And Tyrese said that he was on some drugs because he was having a mental problem, so some psych drugs, and they was kind of messing him up and having him. He was saying a lot of stuff to a lot of people. Tyrese saying that's why he had the cry face of him. What more do you want from me? And talking stuff about Will Smith and Jay-Z and all other stuff, people, and just having issues. And Envy said, well, okay, well, I didn't get that now, but I really wasn't. I didn't have all that information at the time. And Envy just straight up said, the way you talk to my wife make me want to box your mouth up. Saying that he should have boxed his mouth up, saying that Tyrese must have said something so wild to Envy's wife that it kind of ruined the relationship. Now, I hear a lot of people agreeing with Tyrese's sentiments that he should have showed him grace because Envy and his wife and Charlamagne even knew that that's not how Tyrese got down. So for that change to happen, there had to have been something going on. And while I understand that point, I have to say I side with Envy on this one. Dude, you're not about to come at me and then come at my wife in the most foulest way. It's always love and appreciation for what you did for us. But now, I gotta look at this for what it is at the moment. The last thing I got with you is you bugging out. And so Envy said, yo, I don't want to remember you like this. I want to remember Tyrese as the guy who helped me, save my marriage, not the guy who talked reckless to my wife so much so that I felt that I should put hands on him. I don't want to remember that guy, so I'm separating myself from him. I'm distancing myself from him. And Envy was saying it was other people talking to Envy. So even one dude that works for Tyrese that was talking about how he acting wild like this. So while I understand you want grace to be extended to Tyrese or anybody who's going through something, and I do understand hey, if somebody did something good for you, you should reach out. I also understand that if that same person that's done good for you flips out and you're not 100% aware why, you have it, no matter what anybody did for you, you have well within your right to distance yourself from that person and never speak to them again. Because Envy didn't owe Tyrese anything, and after Tyrese went wild and going off for whatever reason, whether he was on the psych meds or not, Envy is not forever indebted to take anything from Tyrese and just still have to talk to him because Tyrese did a good deed. Thank you for that good deed. I will always give you that credit, and I will always appreciate you for helping me save my marriage. But you will not disrespect you do not have the right to disrespect me and my wife in our marriage now because you played a part. So I'm siding with Envy. I understand all that, and luckily those brothers, all three of them, were able to come together, have closure, make peace, and agree moving forward. They're gonna move accordingly, and it was apologies and acceptances and all of that. So I'm happy about that. That's the moral of the story, though. Overall, like I said, I do take Envy's side, but overall, the moral of the story, the great thing about this is everybody, whether they agree, whether they disagree, they came together, apologized, and promised to do better. And you gotta love that. What you think, man? Do you think that Envy was right? You agree with me? Do you think that Tyrese was in the right? Are you in the middle? Or do you think it don't matter? You just happy that they all came together and showing love and support for each other and being brothers again? Nothing but positivity. Let me know. I think this is a beautiful thing, though. Like I said, overall, but Envy was right. Things have not been going so hot for Yung Bleu lately. So first of all, this girl came out and said that Yung Bleu flew her out, didn't talk to her, didn't feed her, didn't even pipe her down, sent her home, and she was confused about what's going on. Now, Yung Bleu is married, so naturally, this caused some issues for him and his wife. Now it's a threat of being divorced, and Bleu said he wants to keep his family. He apologized, and it's shaking up his whole world. I don't know what's going to go with that. Hopefully, they can resolve something. But if, the wife feels like she can't get over that, hey man, I got no sympathy for Yung Bleu. He chose to do what he chose to do. These are the consequences that come to your actions. Always the risk of getting caught when you want to cheat. So it is what it is with that, right? Yung Bleu's response though is that the girl had a body odor. He just couldn't fool with it. He flew her out. He watched her. She's like some influencer girl who do tongue tricks. He liked it. He wanted to see her. Said she came through and was stinking up the joint. He wasn't gonna smash stank box. I understand that. I get that. You know what I'm saying? But what has come from that is this girl has taken to social media and potentially, tore your family apart. I mean, you tore your family apart, but potentially exposed you, So he's dealing with that personal stuff. He also got business issues going on because Boosie has come forward and said that Yung Bleu is not paying him money. Yung Bleu was signed to Boosie, and Boosie said that Yung Bleu is not honoring the contract that they had and paying him his 50%. Now, Yung Bleu's response is Boosie has not invested any money in him, and Boosie does not invest any money in any of the artists he has. And Bleu feels like from that, he shouldn't have to pay Boosie anything, but out the kindness of Yung Bleu's heart, he was still willing to give Boosie like $2 million, and Boosie still owned all of his past work. He thought that was fair enough. Plus, Bleu says that the contract that they had is void. He negotiated out of the deal. His lawyers at Roc Nation have assured him he owes Boosie nothing. Boosie is in denial of this and even says that his brother forged his signature. So who's right, who's wrong? I don't know. Could this go to court? Possibly. I mean, if Boosie feels this strongly about it, that he's talking about it all on social media, there's a good chance he's talking with a lawyer and something's going to be drawn up quickly. And maybe he's just maybe from Boosie's standpoint, he's just trying to give Yung Bleu a chance to do the right thing before he take it to trial. But Yung Bleu says he's talked with his lawyer, so he feels confident that he does not owe Boosie anything and was just going to give him $2 million to be nice as a thank you, Haye, for the cosign, if nothing else, right? Now, this is always a shaky thing, and this situation is always something that can cause some drama, because we know Fabio and Mace had gone through something similar where Mace signed Fabio, and then Fabio felt like afterwards Mace hadn't really been doing nothing since he got him in the door to get his deal, and he shouldn't be having to pay Mace still. Now Fabio did say that Mace paid him money, and Mace actually got him a big contract, so it's a little different in this situation. Yung Bleu is saying that Boosie really hadn't done anything. I guess just a cosign. That's it. But he's been having to work, make the money, pay for the, studio sessions and do the beats and the tours and all that, all the stuff he's been having to do that himself, and with his management team and his lawyers and all that. I'll say this: if you sign a contract with somebody, that's what it is. You are taking a chance, but that person's taking a chance too. Even if Boosie didn't give anything financially, he still was attaching his name to his brand to you, and you could have been a flop and not meant anything, but he stuck by you and gave you some shine on you, so people within the industry, people who are fans, would talk to you, or people in the industry would talk to you and deal with you and work with you, and fans, you could get more of them to listen to you. That was his contribution to your career. Now how much that's worth, whatever you want to argue, it doesn't matter. You sign a contract. If the contract is not void, you sign the contract, Bleu, you got to pay that man. It's just what it's going to be. Now, if the contract is void, Boosie, you should have took that $2 million, because if he don't got to pay you nothing, he definitely ain't give you that $2 million now. You know what I'm saying? So they can take it to court and see who's right or who's wrong and who deserves whatever. But all I know is, for a lot of artists, hey man, you sign that contract, that person gives you they credibility, they name recognition, and let you use that. If they got you for 3 albums, they got you for 3 albums. It don't matter how little they contribute to those other 2 albums. That's what you signed for, and you wouldn't even made the money of the first album to be able to do these 2 albums if it wasn't for them. So in my opinion, you pay them. But if y'all negotiate out, well, then you free, and the other person ain't got nothing to say. So I don't know who's right, who's wrong. They take it to court, we'll find out. What do y'all think, though? Y'all think that Boosie is right? He should get paid, even if he hadn't invested any money, because he gave him the name recognition, the value of his, of standing next to Boosie? Or do y'all think, nah, that's not right, Boosie? You helped him out a little bit, but you asking for too much money for that. So that's our show. Thank you so much for tuning in and getting this whack wisdom. And hope you tune in next week to get a little bit more from me. As always, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell if you're on YouTube, and if you're on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or Spotify. Please make sure to like, follow, review, comment, all the great stuff that you can do to support the channel. With that being said, this is the WACCast podcast, and I am whacking off.
It's the WACCast podcast, yeah.
Talk whack to me, talk whack to me,
yeah.
Talk whack to me, talk whack
It's
to me.
the WACCast podcast, yeah.
Talk whack to me, talk whack to me,
Yeah.
talk whack to me, talk whack to me.